Hello, my name is Nicole Camara and today I'll be talking about housing in Germantown. The block from Schoolhouse Lane, Shelton and Wissahickon houses many different apartment complexes that could be used for student housing. And as you can see on the map right here, we have about 5 different apartment complexes only on Schoolhouse Lane and Wissahickon. We have going from school to Wissahickon. We have Falls Village, Alden Park, Charter Court, Park Height, and even the Hathaway House, which is a little bit down. According to the Philadelphia University website, 50% of students live off campus, and a majority of the international students live off campus as well. The International Student Office data shows that international students represent about 10% of the school population, and out of the 10%, 75% of the international student are master's student and only 15% are undergrad student. And as the university does not accommodate housing for master's student at all, they should therefore have a partnership with these apartment complexes in order to facilitate the housing solution for commuters. On the side, as an international student, when I first transferred to PhilaU, it was pretty hard to find an apartment around school because you have those apartment complexes, but then they ask many different things that as an international student we necessarily don't have when you first get here. They ask, for example, about a social security, which we don't have, and they ask about a background check since we either come from outside the country or transfer. It's kind of hard to have a background check. And they also ask for like security deposit, which could be 2 to 3 times your rent. So it's if the school can have a partnership with this apartment or even one apartment complex where it could be easier for all these commuters, transfer, international students to actually have a place to stay, which is easy to access. And the location of this apartment allow a minimum community time for students, which is actually pretty nice since it's not far from school. And I actually live at the Hathaway House, which is, it takes me about 15 to 20 minutes according to how fast I walk. And it's about 0.6 miles, so it's not bad at all. So as a case study, we have York North Apartment, which is an off-campus housing located on West Summerfield Avenue. And it is located around a couple universities such as LaSalle and Drexel University. It is an apartment complex that is very student-friendly, as they actually call themselves. And it is student-friendly because it, first of all, facilitates its accessibility to students through different reasons. First of all, they have a reasonable deposit that students can actually afford to pay, and they have affordable studios and one-bedroom apartment which actually include all the utilities bills such as water, electricity, gas, and even internet, which is pretty awesome, I think. And in addition to that, the school campuses offer rides to the student from the apartment to the universities, or from the universities to the apartment, which is actually also pretty cool because it saves time to the students commuting because they have rides, and I think it's pretty awesome. When I first got to PhilaU, I was attending the commuters meetings, and then that was actually one of their main goals, to get to school, give free rides to all the commuters living on Schoolhouse Lane in Wissahickon, but it's still not happening. Yeah, so North York Apartment is a very friendly, student-friendly apartment complex. Another possibility of housing in Germantown, we have townhouses. When I was doing the researches, I actually found that a couple houses in Germantown were put in rent at actually a pretty affordable price for many people to rent a house. And I also found that you have a couple townhouses are in a bad shape, so renting those townhouses can be one successful strategy that could be implemented by either the school or even an initiative taken by students. And however, we know that house owners are not in total favor of renting their houses to college students because it is stereotyped that they party a lot and not responsible enough, but it can actually be a good thing because it helps a bad neighborhood or a bad house to actually get its value or the value of the property higher. So as a result, students from the same major club responsibility on campus can share therefore the same house, which can create a community, a good community, and actually make the house's property higher. So for one of our last strategy, we have off-campus dorm. Germantown Avenue and West and East Rittenhouse houses two empty lots that could be reused and transformed as off-campus housing for Philadelphia University students. They are well located, so it's on Germantown Avenue, which is one of the busiest street or road in Germantown, and it will be appropriate for juniors to graduate students in order to give them more freedom in choosing what type of environment they want to be living in. And it is actually 1.7 miles away from Philadelphia University main campus, which is about 7-minute driving, 11 minutes of a bicycle ride, 20 minutes in public transportation, and about 30 minutes walking, which is actually not that bad. And the location is pretty nice, as I already said. You have a lot of stores, groceries, shopping, food stores, recreational restaurants, bars, and club on Germantown Ave and even on Shelton Avenue, which is another busy street. So everything is walking distance from there, and it's actually not that far from school. So you actually have a couple mini strategies or option as far as it's concerned housing in Germantown, and it is actually possible to implement all of these solutions step by step in order to accommodate student that lives in Germantown, or in order to accommodate Philadelphia University student in Germantown.